Sup, we're the Vegas Benchwarmers. I'm Eric, he hate me 702. This is
Geremy with a G.
Be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, and follow us on all our social media. And right now we are talking about Travis Kelce,
George Kittle.
and George Kittle. Both of them signed extensions.
Both of them got paid.
Both of them got paid. Both of them did. George Kittle signed a 5-year, $75 million extension.
But his guarantees are crazy.
Yeah, his guarantees are ridiculous, which we're going to get into in a second. But I think that's amazing because he was a 5th round draft pick.
Well, the interesting thing is San Francisco doesn't give up that much up front.
No,
Ever.
never. San Francisco is very, very frugal.
Pocket conscious.
Pocket conscious is a very good word.
So, I mean, when the details of the contract came out, it was like,
Yeah.
y'all really gave up that much?
Since we're talking about it, let's just go into it.
I mean, not that much, but I mean...
He gets $18 million at signing, guaranteed at signing, guaranteed overall $30 million, and he has a $40 million guaranteed injury thing, right?
Yeah. So, essentially, if he gets injured, the $30 million goes to 40.
Exactly.
So he's pretty much got a $10 million injury guarantee.
Exactly. 15 average salary is $15 million a year. The salary details for the contract by year has not came out yet. I go to, I think it's Sport Track. Yeah, Sport Track to get all the contract information. So they don't have the actual year by year. And he'll be a free agent in 2026. Look, I'm just gonna say with Kittle has produced very well in the last 2 years, but it's more impressive when you see the list of quarterbacks he has played with. So like, he's going into his 4th year. I think he was a 5th round draft pick from Iowa, if I'm not mistaken. They signed him, was not expected to be what he was. Played 1 year, pretty good, 817 yards I think that first year, and then took off the next year.
Like crazy.
He's got 2 Pro Bowl years, 1 All-Pro, which was last year. He set the tight end receiving record in 2018 for yards in a season with 1,377 yards, which was set by Travis Kelce, whatever the fuck, earlier this morning. You'll start to notice if you watch our videos that I'm gonna nickname a lot of people. I botch a lot of names, okay? And it's so bad because even though I botched the name, I botch it so bad I know it, but I still call him that name. So set the receiving record in yards. Travis said it earlier that day, and then he broke it that day in the afternoon games. He has 2 years over 1,000 yards with 85 catches, 10 touchdowns, 5 in each year. And these are a list of the quarterbacks that he's played with. So you could turn this into a drinking game if you want. Take a drink whenever you've heard of him, or if you don't know him, however you want to get drunk fast. Nick Mullins. Have you ever heard of Nick Mullins?
No, never.
I think I might have briefly heard of him when he was playing with them.
I might have.
Because we have a friend who his wife is a diehard Niners fan. So I was watching games with him, so I'm sure I've heard of him. Beathard, whatever that kid. I know his name.
Beathard.
Yeah, that guy. And Brian Hoyer. And then Jimmy Garoppolo. But he played 8 games in 2018 with Nick Mullins. Rookie year. Or I'm sorry, 2nd year. And still produced. He played 13 games with Beathard, whatever his name is. 6 and 18 and still produced. He played 3 games with Jimmy Garoppolo in 18 and still produced.
Okay.
So when you look at that, he set the receiving record with I think 2 quarterbacks that aren't even in the NFL anymore. In 17 he played with Hoyer, and he played with CJ, Beathard, whatever his name is. Beathard. And then he played with Garoppolo all last year. So that is very impressive to me.
Yeah.
Like going into this, just comparing them with their contracts because they're so closely linked right now, I was like, yeah, but Kelce playing with Alex Smith and Mahomes. but Alex Smith. But then I saw all these fucking people, and I was like, wow, there's nothing I can say going into that. So, I mean, I'm happy he got paid.
He deserved it.
I think he definitely deserved it. I think he shot out of nowhere in the last 2 years. He was not expected to do what he did. Hopefully his production continues, because we have seen in the last couple years, last 10 years, if you're not one of the great tight ends, Antonio Gates, Rob Gronkowski, Travis Kelce, once you get paid, well, then you kind of go down.
But see, I don't think that's gonna happen with Kittle.
I don't either. He's too important to
I
their
got
team.
a feeling that he has a competition going in his head with Kelce.
Yeah, he's too important to their team. But, and again, he can produce with any quarterback, so it doesn't matter if Garoppolo gets injured.
Right.
But even Vernon Davis with the Niners, he had a good 2-3 years down. Like, you see a lot of tight ends, they don't last very long at a high standard of pace.
Yeah.
I mean, Greg Olson's another one that did. Zach Ertz. But you have those, just like with receivers, with tight ends, you have a good 2 to 3 years, and then you're just gone. Same thing with running backs. I mean, it happens in all
But
positions.
I don't see that out of Kittle.
I don't know.
I don't.
Do you like the contract? We love he got his money, but as a organization type thing, do you like average of $15 million a year?
I mean, it says a lot when an organization who never puts money up front.
Yep, puts money up front.
Puts money up front.
And they sign you.
They believe in him, and
There was no going back and forth.
there was going back and forth.
Yeah, but not like.
Like the back and forth lasted for a little while because Kittle made some post about it.
Yeah.
And I think it was Kittle's agent, the one who was texting with one of, I think it was a beat writer or something, and he used a little emoticon, the inchworm, because things were moving so slow.
Oh, I don't know what any of the emojis mean.
So it's little inchworm.
I'm old. I'm 38. I don't pay attention to that shit.
You ain't that much older than me.
So if you happen to find out I don't use an emoji right on Twitter, there you go.
Takes him forever to text to.
Yeah, it does.
But I mean, I think it was good. I think
I like
it was a
it.
good contract.
I like it. I like the 50. I mean, people are like, oh, it reset the tight end market. I saw that, $15 million a year. And then when you think about it, $15 million a year,
But for a tight end.
but for a great tight end,
Well, yeah.
is really not that much money.
But then, I mean, if you gotta think, at tight ends, there's what?
Ryan Tannehill's getting 20.
One or two starters?
Ryan Tannehill's getting $28 million a year.
We're not talking about Tannehill.
I'm just saying, it's not that much money when you put it in comparison to when they reset the market. Like, when you see resetting of the market, you would, like, I saw the reset of the market, I'm like, really? Like, Jimmy Graham during his height didn't get that. Rob Gronkowski never got that. Like, Greg Olsen.
Gronkowski played all his years for the Patriots.
Sure.
So
That's true.
they don't pay anybody.
That's true. They don't pay anybody. They didn't even want to
So
pay
we
Tom Brady.
can't use that as a...
But it's just weird to see that it's $15 million. Like, if a receiver reset the market, it wouldn't be $15 million. Like, that was just
tight
weird.
ends are notorious for not really getting paid.
True, and also it's a different in the last 15
So
years.
tight ends usually average between what, like
7
and
to 10, yeah.
9 million,
Yeah,
5 million,
yeah.
somewhere in that
Yeah.
range. So I mean,
Yeah.
$15 million for a tight end, that's huge.
But we also gotta remember, I also got to remember that the tight ends position has totally been
It's
in the last 15 years. So it's a lot
essentially
different.
it's
yeah.
turned into like a hybrid tight end wide receiver.
Exactly. But Kittle can block his ass off. That is one thing he can't do.
Kittle is a great blocking.
I mean, looking at the way they give out money in the NFL, I'm okay with this. You give all this money up front, basically, so that way it's on the books this year.
I mean, I'm okay with the contract, but on a higher level, I think what you're seeing is an organization change.
I agree with you. I think John Lynch has a huge thing with it because
So I think you're seeing an organization evolve
Yep.
into, if I want to keep good
Yeah.
players, I got to pay them up front.
Well, again, they did. It also helps that they came out of the Super Bowl.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think you're seeing a new leaf in San Francisco.
I hope.
Instead of just not really taking care of your players, but not taking care
Yeah.
of them. So hopefully we see that this sets a precedence, and they pay some of their stars up front.
So
give them more guaranteed monies.
I think that would be in the whole NFL. I think that is awesome. Now to Kelce's type contract. Yeah. I love Travis. I love Travis Kelce. As y'all know, I'm a huge Chiefs fan, so I would take Travis over George any day of the week. I think the name Travis is better than George too.
Fuck that, I'll just take them both.
So yeah, give me them and I'm good. And so he's going into his 8th year. He has 5 years as a Pro Bowl, 2 years All-Pro, 16 and 18. He played with Alex Smith from 13 to 18. By the way, we're going to do a video on Alex Smith next week. Stay tuned for that. You guys will love to see how I feel about it.
I can't wait for that.
Okay.
So then I can show the world how idiotic his argument is.
Back to the present day. Okay. Patrick Mahomes with 18 and 19 basically. So 4 years, over 1,000 yards, 80 catches, 27 touchdowns in those 4 years, 10 touchdowns in 2018 alone. He got a 4-year, $57 million extension. His numbers are not completely up to date on Sport Track. I don't know his signing bonus.
I wish we could see the whole contract.
I do. I don't know his signing bonus. I know he's guaranteed $28 million, and I'm suspecting some of that's going to come up at the signing bonus. But his average salary is $14 million.
I'm projecting like 12 to 16 million
in signing bonus.
At signing.
Yeah, and then that's what I'm thinking. So somewhere between, I'm right around 15 million, like 15.5. I'm projecting that's going to be a signing bonus up front, and then it's about 14 million.
It's just interesting how his contract details aren't out, but Kittle's is.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they had literally happened back to back.
But again, I know Kittle for sure signed his contract yesterday. I don't know if Travis has signed his yet. So that might be the difference because because the Niners posted
because they can't release numbers.
Exactly. So, the thing that I thought, like immediately when I saw Kittle's contract, I wanted to see Kelce's because everybody's like he's going to set the market. It's kind of funny. He didn't set the market. He stayed under Kittle's contract, but only gets paid $250,000 less a year.
But I think what's really telling here is Kelce's been in the league for 8 years.
He's going into his 8th year.
Kittle's been in the league 3.
Yep. He's going into his 4th.
So I mean,
but the wide receiver, but the tight end, even in the last 4 years, like when Kels first got in, you only had Antonio Gates and Rob Gronkowski.
Right.
The tight end position is so much better now.
Now looking at Kelce's contract, it makes more sense to me.
Okay.
Because he's been in the league a lot longer.
Okay.
I didn't realize he'd been in the league for 8 years.
Yeah, he played without
Smith.
Yeah, trust me.
In retrospect, he's old.
Yeah, he's 30 years old basically.
So, I mean, now it makes sense.
Yeah. Yep.
For me, it didn't make sense because I felt Kelce should have been paid more than Kittle.
Yes. I agree with you.
But now that I see all the years that he's had on him, I understand that they're around the same.
Even then, I don't think, and I know this is like, just because you said Kelce should be paid more than Kittle, I don't think any of the players in the Chiefs organization, besides Mahomes, are going to set record-breaking contracts. I think all of them are going to take less.
I don't think the Chiefs have the money.
They don't. But again, I think even then, they would take less. And it's a $6 million raise from his contract now.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I think like even then, in this situation, Travis, $14 million. I'm good.
Well, now I understand it a little more because now I know he's been in for 8 years. Yeah.
So he's loyal to the organization. He also knows
why he would.
He knows this is probably his last big contract. Mm-hmm. And also, I mean, again, I'm not just bringing him up because I love him, but
yes, he is.
He's best friends with Mahomes, so the marketing, the money that he can make outside of.
Well, I thought I seen something after the announcement came out that he
signed a deal.
He signed some kind of.
He spent money of his contract to set up a studying. He bought a business so kids can study. Yeah, for underprivileged kids to study. Yeah. So Travis Kelce grew up very, very, very well off. So he's seen how unwell off people. So he's taking underprivileged kids. So, but I think that's the thing. I think he's going to make. He understands.
He's going to make more money from deals.
That's what I'm saying. Outside, and again, not just because he's good, but also because of who is on his team as a quarterback and who they're great friends with. I think that will go hand in hand. You'll see them in some commercials together. So yeah, he'll make a lot more money off of there. I would love to have both of them. I would love to have both of them.
Well, if you had both those tight ends on the same roster,
It would be like...
It would be scary.
I'm going to give you a great comparison of what it would be like. And I know this is kind of taboo now because of what this dumbass has done. But do you remember Rob Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez
I knew you were
on the same damn team?
That was nice.
Fucking devastating. So ultimately, I love having Travis Kelce on the Chiefs. I think George Kittle is amazing.
They both deserve the contracts they got.
They both did. They really do.
100%.
This is probably...
I don't like to talk much about the Chiefs, but
yeah,
I don't like to give them too much praise either. But
just wait for the Super Bowl game.
This is what it is.
So, other than that, look forward to our Alex Smith video that'll be coming out next week, video/podcast, and you'll get to see how I feel about him.
How ignorant his argument is.
And go ahead. Take us out.
Wait, you want to
subscribe and follow us on all our social media. Like, comment this video. Go ahead.
Put me in, coach.
We're gone.